All right, so I'm Bill Halick, and you can reach me at acelandmortgage.com, or you can call us at 800-254-3150 for all your mortgage needs.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're with Bill Halick and Aceland Mortgage. We're going to talk about some new products that are coming to the island. Bill's got a really cool, exciting business on the island, and he's looking to hire some people. So yeah, tell us about Aceland Mortgage and their mission statement. What are you trying to do here on the island?
Aceland Mortgage is here to provide mortgages for Puerto Ricans as well as people across the rest of the states. We have a mission to hire folks here and to build a team and grow that out. And we're really looking to help improve the housing stock that is underserved and not available because it hasn't been touched in years. We're going to help fix those houses, put people in those homes, improve the housing stock, and help provide some jobs for folks who want to learn the real estate mortgage business where they can do loans sitting here in Puerto Rico, in a whole bunch of other states in the country. So
tell us about the mortgage industry in Puerto Rico and some of the new stuff that's coming to the island.
Sure thing. So the mortgage industry is in a big flux right now. I mean, there was a huge refinance that's happened across the country. Rates have gone away because of where we are now in time. So refinancing at those super low rates is kind of a thing of the past. However, here in Puerto Rico, what's going on is a completely different thing because we have a lot of people now coming to the island. I think this was one of the first years we had an influx of population. So people are coming back, which is a great sign. And there's a lot of opportunity in terms of real estate and housing here. So we have a bunch of new products that we're bringing to the island. Some of those are for investors, so we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep.
We of course have your standard issue VA, FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all that suite of products. So if you're looking to buy a home, a second home, if you have relatives in the States, maybe in Florida, New Jersey, New York, whatever, California, and they want to buy a second home here or come back and buy some investment property, we can help them do that. There's a big team with these guys and other people on the island. If you need more help, reach out to them. The new suite of products that's very, I would say, interesting more for investor folks is one of the products is known as a DSCR loan. So DSCR is just an acronym for debt service coverage ratio. And what that stands for, what that's used for, is for someone who wants to buy a property and perhaps they're self-employed or perhaps they're a full-time real estate investor, for example. And if you were to look at their personal tax returns, they may not have the wherewithal to qualify for a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac type of a loan. However, if they're buying a piece of real estate that's an investment property, that really isn't a concern because what we're looking at is the actual investment property as a business, right? So it has rents, which is your gross income. Then it has expenses, which would be the mortgage, the taxes, the insurance, et cetera. And then there's going to be, cash flow at the bottom. Right. So as long as that property is at least basically covering, and you have a 20 or 30% down payment, you'll be able to get this DSCR style loan.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a great product. It's exactly what I think is needed for the investment community here to continue to expand and to flourish.
I think it'll allow people to sort of unlock some capital that's sort of stuck. When we first came here 4 years ago, we went and talked to all the banks about any lending products for investors like myself, and there was nothing, right? So we would have performing rental properties and couldn't get even low equity loans. So borrow at 50% equity, and the banks really want to do it, but we don't have the product for it. We don't have anyone to buy it on the back end. So you're bringing those products to the island, and it's going to free up some capital. It's going to allow for further investment.
Exactly. And I think a lot of why it wasn't there was because it was still reeling from the previous crash, and a lot of that stuff, it took a long time to get through all that. And here we are a decade plus later, it's starting to come back, but it's also not coming back in the flavors that it came the first time. This is not like a subprime product. This is more, we have to verify the income on the property.
So this isn't 2005 where I could get my dog 6 loans on rental properties.
No, it's not that kind of we're gonna look at the credit score. There's gonna be some qualifications for it, but it's designed in a smart way that makes sense for someone who wants to be an investor.
Well, that's good. I mean, we really don't want to have this overinflation of real estate and the super hyper kind of increase in values and then a crash, right?
Correct.
So we've gone through the crash here. We're in a recession for 10 years. So the fact that we're out of it and on the other side of it, I think most of us on the island, the locals especially, don't want to go back to the way things were a few years ago, even before Maria. So it's really nice to see these products coming. What are some of the others? There's still yet to come, maybe a buy, fix, and flip loan?
Yeah, so buy, fix, and flip or buy, fix, and hold is definitely think that's a product that we're working on getting. Now we have it for the upper price points, 750, a million, one
Okay.
and a half, 2 million,
Okay.
up into 10, 15. So we have it for bigger projects, but we don't have it yet for that, 0 to 500K style yet.
Yep.
I think in time we'll get it, but we're not there yet. But the bigger stuff we have it. Other products in that suite, we have up to a $1.5 million for like a primary. So there's even one that goes, I think we have one that goes up to around 4 or 5 million. That's not a DSCR loan. That's like you're qualifying based on your own income. It's
Right.
going to be your primary residence. Yeah. But that wasn't here before, right? So Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they're capping out around $9, maybe $1 million. There are a lot of properties in that. They've been around for a while, those properties, above that mark.
Yep.
So there really wasn't a lot of financing for it. So now this product's available.
One of them that I'm interested in, and I hear a lot with the Breakfast Club, people come to the island, they want to do the 4-family house and live in one, house hack.
Oh, the house hack.
But above the house hack, I think there's opportunity to live in one of, say, 10 units and get a loan. But that didn't exist before, but I think now it's starting to. So
with an exception, I do believe we can look at those projects. Again, the debt service has to be there.
Right.
The credit score has to be there. But I mean, you're not going to be buying one of these properties if it's not a good deal.
Right.
So I mean, that's partially baked into the assumption that you're buying a good deal. That's why you're buying it.
Yeah.
So, and it can be, these are great products to be used for your takeout, right? So if you find a house that's in need of renovation, you put together the money, you acquire the property, you renovate the property. Now it's all done. You lease it all out. You get it all set up. Then you can come to us and we can get you the takeout money to pay back your investors,
right?
Whoever it was, your friends, your family, wherever you got that.
We're actually doing one on a 12 unit in Rio Piedras.
Yes.
So we're gonna buy it, we're gonna renovate it, then we're gonna get some long-term debt on it, and we're gonna rinse that off and repeat, right?
Exactly. It's they call it the Burr method. I'm sure you've heard this is out there, many times. It's exciting stuff. It's good to be here doing these things and be part of this, and to revitalize a lot of the properties. A lot of properties that need TLC here.
Yeah.
And with folks coming back and wanting to be here more, I think that should be a good combo.
Well, there's also a housing shortage. So anytime someone can, like us, come and find something that, say, has been vacant for 5 or 6 years, it's sitting there in distress.
Right.
And we fix it up, and then we can get it into the
now
rental
have more
pool.
housing.
There's more housing, therefore
Exactly.
we're hopefully helping, not hurting, right?
No, of course, that's the whole idea.
One other thing I wanted to talk about is when we were at the office earlier, you were showing me a space where you would actually be looking to maybe hire some people and bring in and teach people a trade or a way of life.
Career, really.
Career.
The long-term plan is, it's in place now, and this video can serve as a hiring ad. I don't know if that's okay to do or not, I mean, I'll get the Indeed thing going at some point. I just, you saw there's still a little bit of construction going on in the office, getting it all set up, but we're basically there. So what I want to do is, bring some people on the team and teach them the business. And I would say that, again, I've done this before in the past. I've had this company for almost 20 years. So I've done this before and it's worked very well. You're going to learn a skill, you're going to learn a career that's applicable both for yourself if you're interested in being an investor, as well as being, MLO is the terminology in the business, means mortgage loan officer. Essentially, you're out there writing loans. And you can write loans with us in a bunch of different states. It's not only in Puerto Rico, but you can do it here as well. But it's also in a bunch of other states. And being bilingual, a lot of the folks in San Juan area tend to be bilingual, which is a huge advantage. Mm-hmm. So I want to bring some people on the team, teach them the business, and kind of let them, go out there and make some money.
And we're talking about really high paid kind of things.
Listen,
I've done this. This isn't a $10 an hour type of wage.
No.
This is something that's pretty affluent, right?
Yes, I mean, this is a career where you can thrive and make very good money. And again, I've done this before, so I have one of the fellows on my team. He came in and he didn't know anything about the mortgage business. Okay, he was in a completely different field. Same concept. Brought him in, had him there, teach him, train him. A couple years goes by. He's out on his own now, and he's doing fantastic.
Right.
And again, we are coming off of a good couple of years in the mortgage business, but I will say that this is a very specific mortgage thing. Most of his business is not refinance business, which is kind of just a flash in the pan. It comes, it goes with rate movements. His business is basically, I'd say 80-90% purchase money, which is where you want to be. So what I'm teaching him is a way, it's like with that old phrase, you teach a man to fish.
Yeah.
That kind of a thing.
Give a man a fish, he eats for a day, teach him to fish and he eats for a
Right,
lifetime.
so it's a career. I want to teach people and build the team that way. That's exactly what we're trying to do.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's what's needed, right? We want high-paying jobs. We need to encourage this kind of stuff.
The internet, technology, the game has changed.
It's so cool that you can be a mortgage broker in Puerto Rico and live in paradise and sell mortgages to your people you know back in
Anywhere
New
in
York
the
City or in
correct.
California or Florida and
Correct.
Texas. I mean, it's very cool.
It's a game changer.
And then we have an ability here to sign people up maybe for Act 20 and have them take a part of that as, you know, if they set up their own business and do export services, they can do that under your umbrella and have a
Actually,
business
one
for
of our loan
themselves.
officers, she's Puerto Rican and she lives in Cabo Rojo.
Yeah.
I wanted to have her on the video, but we're going to get her on the next video maybe.
All right.
She has a plan that she's putting together. She's already doing it with a bunch of people that she knows in her circles. And it's a lot of people who are native Puerto Rican who have moved to the States. And she's setting them up to buy and have property here in Puerto Rico. So I'm helping her to do that because it's a really good goal and I want to help her achieve that. So we're working on that. It's like another little pet project we're doing. So I'm excited to be here and to be part of this and to help revitalize, you know, all these different properties that are here. I mean, there's so much opportunity and it's I'm just excited to be involved in it. So
it's cool. Sweet, and we're glad to be in business with you. And
thank you.
Look forward to doing a whole bunch of stuff with you. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, leave us a comment, smash the subscribe button for us. Thank you guys, God bless. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate you being here and taking the time with us today.